Hello, good evening. It's Monday, so it is time for monthly make. I hope you're all keeping well. I just remembered I've not put some comments up, so bear with 1 second. I know, all last minute. Mr. Roo decided, well, no, he needed to snip to the shop to grab some fruit for Bear, because Bear doesn't do well if you don't get his fruit. So he just had to nip out to grab that. So it was all very last minute, but we're sorted now. So there we go. Right, evening Tracy. I hope you're doing well. I wasn't pulling a face at you then, Tracy, honest. I was pulling a face at, I couldn't see my buttons. Anyway, right, tonight, you have my full attention now. Tonight, we are, nearly my full attention. Tonight we're going to make some bookmarks because we had that fabulous idea last week and that's what I want to do tonight. So, let me move my papers over and, so I have somebody coming in then. Let's get going, shall we? Evening, Noala. I'm not pulling faces, honestly, I promise. Not tonight anyway. Maybe tomorrow night. So, what I have got is, evening, Mum. I've basically cut some card down, so I've done it 6 inches because I didn't really know whether there was a standard size for a bookmark, but 6 inches felt like a good size. It always does, doesn't it? You know, nice 6-inch card. Evening, Debbie. So I've got 2 backgrounds. I'm going to do a very, very delicate and elegant bookmark, and then I'm going to do a bit of a grungy one if we get time. So I'm going to start off with a delicate one first. So I cut some green and I got some craft card because I couldn't remember off the top of my head how wide our little and you know what, I've left it in the house now anyway. My sticky back plastic, I was going to use sticky back plastic so we make it nice and waterproof, because I'm going to use Brusho on this one. So I will tell you when I should be using my sticky back plastic, unless I've got a little bit left in that pile. Is that sticky back plastic? Bear with 2 seconds. I've been planning, you can tell I've been planning this all day, and then when it comes to it, no, that's not sticky back plastic, that's definitely not sticky back plastic. When it comes to it, I forget the most important bit, the sticky back plastic. Anyway, we will have a play. So it's this one. So I've got 6 inches, 5 3/4. So this one is 5.5 inches on here. Just, I know some of you like your measurements. Others of you are a bit like me and just wing it and see what works and what doesn't. Both ways are good. No problem with that. So I have got one of our sayings. I've got there, when I want to smile, I know exactly what to do. I close my eyes and think of you. And that's actually quite a nice little saying for our bookmark, isn't it? And I'm going to nick Mum's idea from that card she did. I was just making sure how much room I had to give it. So I did have that the right way, didn't I? It throws me having everything cut. If I didn't have it cut, I'd just be there. Yep, that's the right way. I'd just be going for it, wouldn't I? But I haven't. I've got it cut tonight and I have to make sure I use it the right way around, which is very unlike me. So I'm going to take my saying first, and I'm just going to ink this one up. There we go. I'm already getting inky pinkies. It's not going to be a good start, is it really? And I'm just going to plop it down there. I hope I've kind of got it straight-ish. Not too bad, is it? Not like me. Right, I'm going to cheat. I know my stamp is bigger than my block, but I only need one of the enders. So I'm going to pop this down here, like so, because I only need a little teeny tiny bit, don't I, at the top, and then at the bottom. But you're not really going to see much of the stamp there, are you? I might use the other end. I know, I'm being indecisive. There you go, you see a bit more, don't you? In fact, yes, there we go. Right, I'm going to stop faffing and just start stamping. Because I am basing it on that DL card of Mum's, and I don't think I've put all the samples on the website yet, have I? Or if I have, I've done half of them. I've not published the page. So, that's tomorrow's job sorted. Pop that there, like so. And I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to do it exactly the same again. I could use the other end of my stamp, I suppose, but just going to move this off my desk. Otherwise, I'm going to get very, very messy, very, very fast, aren't I? You're all sat there saying, yeah, what's new? And that would be a fair comment too. There we go. I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. Feel a bit more cack-handed doing it this way, but it'll be fine. I want it as far down as I can have it without it interfering too much with my words. Because I didn't plan it, but them words are actually a really good fit, aren't they? There we go. Right. I'm going to leave that on there because we're going to need that again shortly. And then we're going to give it a quick dry. Let me just try and uncurly whirly my heat gun because it's driving me crackers. There we go, that's better. It's just grown about another 2 foot. That actually looks really sweet, doesn't it? Now wondering whether I should have done it in grey. The sentiment in black and the flowers in grey. But I've stamped it now. There you go. And I am going to be drying this for a little bit because we're going to be using our brush out with it. So it needs lots of water. And we know Versafine Claire likes to run a little bit if it's not completely dry. There we go. Right. I think that should be dry by now. I fancy beautiful Alzarian crimson flowers. Big, or purple, or violet. Oh, too many choices. I should have just gone with what's on my desk. I don't even know what's on my desk. I want green. I want a bit of gamboge because you can't beat a gamboge background, can you? And I am going to go pink. So she's on my desk, is that Alzarian crimson? There we go. Let me shut that drawer, or else you're going to hear a crash and it'll be all my brush on the floor. And then you'll hear somebody crying, and that would be me. Right, so I'm going to start off with my background. This is a very good place to start, isn't it? Like that. And decision time, paintbrush wise. Let's go for a bit of a pointy one because we've got quite a few nooks and crannies to get into. I could have splattered my background and then done all my stamping, but you know what I'm like. And I'm going in really, really gentle to begin with. I am coming up close to my words. And maybe a bit in between my words too. So I want it to feel like it's all one big long panel. And yes, I could have done it as a background and then added my bits to it, but and I've not looked yet, but I doubt you'll be able to see how pale that is going on. It's going really pale. Can you see? Oh, you can see. See, sometimes I'm a bit impressed when things work. So I'm just adding a little bit more. So I'm going to start going in around my flowers. Just doing kind of that splatty painting we like so much. Oh, and I've gone a bit too dark, so I'm just going to bring some water back in. I might even blot it because it's gone that dark. There we go. A little bit more. Ooh, nearly put the edge there in me brush show. It's only little bits, and I'm only going to do around my flowers, I think, because I don't want it too dark around my words, because then it starts to get all like messy then, doesn't it? I'm going to blot a little bit of that off again. Just gone a bit heavy-handed. I know, shocker, me being heavy-handed. Pulling it out with a bit of water because it was a bit, even for me, I didn't want to get away with those heavy lines we had. Just missed a bit there, so pop that in. Right, quite liking that for our background. Get rid of some of that yellow off my brush, and I think I'm going to take it off my table. I'm just going to give that a quick whack with the heat gun. So you can see I have put a little bit in. Can you see? Yeah, I have put a little bit in between those words. Not a lot, I've not gone over the lettering, but just in between. And I'm just going to give this a quick try again. Did say it was going to be a quick one. So we're going to do, that's what I love about this stamp set, you get some beautiful looking cards, or in this case bookmarks, really quickly. So we're going for elegant with this one. And then the next one we're going to throw everything at it, including the kitchen sink. Evening, Sue. Nearly. And again, I'm just making sure it's drying because I don't want to give that versatile Claire any reason to bleed. In fact, I should have probably done a bit of clear embossing over the top. And ideally, because I'm using Brusho, and this obviously it's a bookmark, it's going to go in a book, I'd want to put either seal it with some gesso or put some sticky back plastic over the top. But I have left mine. I could actually see if somebody would bring it out to me. What's my chances though? Bear with. Let me see what my chances are of getting it sent out to me. Or else I might just abandon you for 5 minutes while I run in and get it. I won't, unless they ignore me. There we go. Right, I'm back. So, got my green on, and we're going to do our little leaves. If you wanted to, you could have used your, ooh, look at that, it's a bit green, isn't it? I know that's the daftest thing anyone's ever said, but you know what I mean. Look a bit too intense. So again, I'm going to start really pale, start building those colours up. Just slowly. And this is why, if I'd have hit that then, and the gambos would have been still wet, my other colour still wet, it'd have just gone everywhere. Whereas as it is, because one's dry and one's wet, it kind of held where I wanted it to. I knew it was going to be a bit messy, which is why for once I did sit here drying things off. There we go. Evening, Maxine. I'm not sure if I said hello to you earlier. I think I did. So again, I'm just... Ooh, we've got a sticky back plastic, ladies. I think, maybe. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. See, it's even a new roll. Thank you. Now that's what we call speedy delivery, isn't it? So we've got our green. I was not expecting him to bring it out for me, but he did. Yay. So we can put our covers on these as well. But if you've got clear gesso, you would get away with that if you did it really lightly and did a few layers at once. Or a spray sealer even. Sticky back plastic. We love sticky back plastic in this house. It's used all the time, and we've always got... How can I put... We've always got bits of rolls around, and I came to grab some the other week, and I had like a strip about that long of it left, and then meh, I couldn't find any other pieces, and I got it to do some books, cover some books that Bear wanted to make, and then he never made the books. Oh, come on. So I knew I had a roll. And I knew I hadn't made it out here. There we go. But I will say it's not all made equal is sticky back plastic. Some are good, some aren't so good. We get ads from our local pound shop that's not a pound shop, if that makes sense. So it is a pound, but it's not a pound. This is posh stuff, so we'll see how this one works. Oh, I've just thrown it on the floor now. Oops. I'll find it again in a minute. Yeah, we used to have to do our school books when I was a kid, but they used to let you decorate them as well. Rosie did hers. Oh, we're going back to when she was Bear's age. Oh no, younger than Bear. I think she was year 4, and her teacher let her decorate her homework book, and she did it with bits of a like a cartoon. What do you call them? Yeah, cartoon strip, comic strip, and it looked absolutely amazing. And then she did some really fancy like lettering and stuff to go on the front of it, and it looked brilliant. And she knew exactly when, like, the teacher was giving out the homework book, she could see her straight away because it had this comic strip, and everyone else had used like really like wrapping paper and stuff, and there was Rosie with a comic strip. It was obviously Lego comic strip. Won't be anything else with Rosie and Bear, to be fair. Keep thinking I might do that with Bear's reading record, but because he always struggles to remember to bring it home. Whereas if it had if it had like pictures or something on it, he might actually remember to bring it home once in a while. Or take it out of his bag to get it signed. That'd be a start. There we go. So we're just adding little bits of colour. Don't they look amazing though? Oops. Where was I going then? I was going straight in with the dark stuff. No. I want to build it up. think she's still got that little notebook that her workbook, and it's not because she enjoyed the homework inside of it, it's just because she really liked how we decorated the book. There we go. A little bit more. Nice and deep, that colour. There we go. Right. Happy with that. The only downside with using sticky back plastic in a project, you've got to kind of think ahead so that you are hiding what you don't want to be seen and all the joins and things. So you have to kind of plan it out, which isn't what I'm used to doing. Ooh, that was very dirty, that brush. Didn't realise it was that bad. Oh, thank you, Sue. It's just really easy to do. You just throw your colour on. I know I'm using Brusher, but you could use any kind of watercolour or your distress inks, your oxides, anything like that. So again, I want this to be perfectly dry. It's going to go through my guillotine next. And you know what I'm like with my guillotine. I get inky pinkies everywhere. And again, I'm just using my normal 300 GSM white wove stuff. It's not fancy watercolour card or anything, it's just that 300 GSM. I've got them a lot more intense than the bottom, than the top ones. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit of doodling and then we'll get popping this together, I think. Oops. I'm knocking everything over today. I am knocking everything over. And I keep meaning to ask as well. We'd had a few comments about our streams on Facebook and them keep cutting out. I'm hoping I've changed the way we do them. I'm hoping it's going to be helping. So if it's not, let me know. Or if it is, let me know. Because we shouldn't be dropping out as often as we were. She says. So we have been trying for the last few weeks to get it working again. So we're not dropping as much. I don't know. Not sure I wanted to do that, but hey ho, I've done it now. I do quite like it when it gets the dots on it, so I'm going to go back and do that one with dots on it as well. There we go. So I think as soon as you start adding a few little dots with a white pen, it just changes it so much. Especially when you've got a really intense colour like we have here. I'm reaching to put a little bit on the leaf. Right. There we go. I'm just going to blast it once more, I promise. Once more. And then we'll start popping it together. And you do want a really clean area to be working on with your sticky back plastic because it will pick up everything. So me and my dirty desk, my mucky desk, is probably not the best to do it on. But if it gives you an idea, that's what we're here for. There we go. So, where's my little guillotine? And look at that, perfect. We're on 1 3/4 now. I'm telling you that because you know how pants I am at remembering. Look, how pretty is that going to look? And then, so 1 3/4, wasn't it? 1 3/4, I think we said. Yeah, 1 3/4, so this one will be 2. Look at that on the brown craft card, whatever you want to call it. Looks really pretty, doesn't it? Do like it. And then this is a good one for using up your scraps, because I haven't actually, this is just what I had lying round. All I've done is trimmed it a little bit, so it was 6 inches, and then obviously made it smaller. And if you were making this for someone, I would make a little piece smaller on the back, because this is going to be on here. So I'd make a smaller piece on here in white, and then I can write a little note to them on it. Right, I should have some tape somewhere. Oh, I'll just knock that over again. So I'm going to tape this all together. And this bit's not too vital. You want it so it's not going to move basically when you put your sticky back plastic on. So this is more, you get away with, you don't have to use your red line, I take it. What I'm trying to get to, you just have to have something that will hold it. She says putting another one on just for safe measures. I know. It's a habit though, isn't it? Because you always find yourself putting tape on in the same way. So do 2 edges and then the middle, or top, middle and bottom. I do it all the time whenever I'm putting tape on. There we go. And then my last one. Come on, they were coming off too easy, weren't they? You knew the third one wouldn't go for it. And then I'm going to put it on that side of my craft card. And the only reason I'm not doing rounded corners is because there'll be a bit of a faff when we come to put the sticky back plastic over the top. Sticky back plastic. So that's the only reason I'm not doing nice rounded corners. I'm keeping them square because I'm being lazy. So I've got my 2 bits. I've got my front and my back. And then I just want a little bit of sticky back plastic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I don't need much. I just need enough. If I take that one, I'll have enough. And I think I will get away with, definitely get away with, a little strip. So you want it bigger. Look at that. Okay. Somehow remember how to get through that. I would say normally these are great because you get your guide. And I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to cut this way bigger than I need. Yep, so if I unroll this a bit, you can see you get your guide on the back. Yep, but mine's going to mean I'm going somewhere up the middle of there, and that isn't going to happen. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger than I need. I'd rather have it a lot bigger than I need, and then cut it back. It's easier if you've got bigger scissors to do this with as well. You can just glide them along. Nearly there. Right, put you back over there in case we want you again. Or we might want. Well, what time is it? Yeah, we should have time to do another one, shouldn't we? And then you can see how much too big is that. But that's okay. But again, I would rather have too much than too little. So I'm just going to oik this over a little bit. I'm just going to take off that line there. And I know it's being wasteful. I just did it so I had a straight line left on my roll. Because otherwise I'll come to do something big next time. and it will. Oh, I'm just going to roll it back. Oh, it's going to stick to my desk. How wonderful is that for once? I'm going to place this one on. Doesn't matter if it's upside down, does it? And I normally leave about 1 centimetre, so I know I'm pretty good to go there. She says, left myself enough? I have. I'm just going to smooth it whilst it's down. And if I turn it over, and give it a bit of a rub, but it actually looks like it's gone on okay. And then I'm just going to cut out my corners. So you've seen me do this before, haven't you? Just going to cut my corners out. And this one doesn't really matter. I could cut it square, but if I'm going for waterproof, I might as well go for, I'll do the whole kit and caboodle, aren't I? So we can wrap these edges around, and then we can do the other one. Thank you. Right, and then all we're going to do is wrap it up. Oh, I can tell this is the good stuff. Nice and thick. Yep, so I've covered that one round. Do the same on this side. Oops. Gone a bit over with that one, didn't push it over enough. And then this one straight up. What was it? I should have checked that you can see what I'm doing, and you can. And all I'm going to do is when I flip it back over, I'm just going to keep running my finger, because we've got 2 different layers here, haven't we? So all I'm going to do is just run my finger along to make sure it's nicely in there. Look at how shiny that looks. Yep, right, and now, ooh, where did I put it there? I'm going to do the same with my green one, so that when I put it together, we have got a nicely all covered. I'm going to actually put the patterned paper to the back, I think. Yeah, because I don't think you can quite see. I've got a nice pattern-ish. No. Yeah, me one side. Oh, got a box falling down on me. I've got like a patterny bit on that side and a smoother side on the other. Still got a bit of a pattern on the other. Looks like linen or something. Pretty cool though. Right, next one. So again, I'm just going to pop that there. And then I'm going to chop here. And I've had one work. Let's see if my next one wants to work. There we go. So again, pattern side down. Oops. Oops. Oh, that was very skew squiff, wasn't it? I'm actually just going to go and neaten that up because I did make a bit of a mess. There you go. And this is where, like I said before, I should have brought my big scissors over. And then I'm just going to take smaller corners off this one. And the reason I'm doing that is because you're going to see this on the front. So if I leave any gaps, it's really noticeable because it won't be shiny. So I just do smaller gaps. Yeah. There we go. The next one and the last one. Oh, I've missed playing with sticky back plastic. There we go. Turn it around. And this time I'm pushing it as I fold it over. There we go. Whoops. Thank you. Didn't like it then. Didn't want to go. And this time I do need to make sure it's stuck. Yep. So I'm going to come right to my edges this time. Oops. I'm going to put extra on as well because it's only really fine, this red tape. To be honest, I would normally glue it at this point, I think. Though because I've used my sticky back plastic, it might not want to stick. But we know red tape will. 1, 2, 3. Should really start at the top, shouldn't I, and work my way down. 4. And we're going to pop it on here. Oh, stop sticking. It's one of them, you don't want it to stick, but you do. You want it to stick in a minute. Don't go down further. Oh. There we go. There we go, so we've got this lovely looking bookmark. And then to finish it off, I think we might use some ribbon on there as well. Yeah. So, like I say, if you were giving it to someone, you would put something on the back before you put your sticky back on. If, in fact, you want to put your sticky back on. You can hear I've got a few little bubbles on it. There you go. Got them out. And then, if I want to add some ribbon, I'm just going to grab my hole punch. Oh, it's all the way over there. So, we'll do that in a minute. So there you go. There's our nice, neat, tidy one. I did say we'd do a bit of a grungy one. So for my grungy one, I do like that. It's quite pretty, isn't it? It'll look even better once we've got a little bit of ribbon in the top as well. So for my grungy one, I've got black. I've got a rather large, which we need to trim down, piece of this one. And then, where's my white piece gone? There it is. We've got some white on there as well. So, first up, first of the day. I should have cut this on my big guillotine. Never mind. We'll cut it down a bit and hope I've not taken too much off. I'll just rough cut it for now. Let's hope I've not taken. Oh, it's going to be close. This is because I was being lazy and I should have just stood up and gone and did it on my machine. I have taken a little bit too much off there. Never mind. There we go. I'll just tidy it up a bit. So, grungy, messy. Well, not messy, grungy. I've got. I'm going to have to take my jacket off. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I am getting warm. I know. Shocking. That's something I normally say these days. It's been a bit of a chilly day, hasn't it? So I'm going to copy. I know I'm being naughty. I couldn't find my stamp anywhere on my desk. So I'm going to pop that at the bottom. So I am copying Mum's on this one. So I'm going to pop that one at the bottom and then we're going to have our flowers coming out the top. But before I do any of that, I want a bit of a background. So, and I'm going to use my possible if you hadn't noticed. Oh. Ooh, now then. Instead, I wonder. The old grey matter started turning. If we did it, I'm trying not to let my stamp flop onto me top. I think instead I'm going to just use the possible. I am. Right. Grey matter has kicked in. I want a nice splodgy kind of inky looking background, which needs to go with my pink. So we're gonna have a bit of pink in it, obviously, because we want it to go with our pink. But I also think we will have a little bit of, now this, again, this is going to depend what colours I have around. A bit of blue as well, I think. No, we're not. If we do peacock feathers in, that's the colour of our flowers. So that'll look really cool coming from our background. And it'll give some contrast to our pink, yeah. But I do want, there we go, a bit of pink. And do I just want a little bit of yellow? That would look quite cool. So there we go. Right. It's an easy peasy splodgy background. Here we come. I've got all bits of sticky back plastic on my table now. Should have left that there and I could have gone over that little hole I've got in my mat. As Bear likes to keep telling me about, and everybody else about. So splodgy. We know where. Ooh, that's a bit yellow. It's okay. We can recover, she says. Because I've been so dainty with our colours so far, isn't it? Yep, come on. And I know this is way big, way wider than we need it, so we'll chop it down in a minute. There's that. I'm going to go with our pink next and then make a decision about our blue, whether we want it or not. I think we do. I'm just going to splodge. There we go. I want a teeny tiny bit of that blue. There we go. And let's just have a smidgen of that blue. Because otherwise, no, just one. Don't get too carried away. Oh, she's getting carried away. There we go. I did a little bit more than I should have done on that. Probably could have done with splattering afterwards rather than picking that blue up, but it's okay. I am loving the colours we've got going on. There we go. Right, where did I put my possible? Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm just going to pop that to one side for a minute. It's rather inky. And we're going to grab our possible. Thank you. And then, because I'm going to put my possible, I'm thinking down here, because I'm quite liking it. Can you see this side's a bit more white in it? Yeah. So I'm thinking one of these two ends will have my possible on it. Might even be like that. And then we're going to have this coming down like so. And then we're going to have the saying on there as well. We're just hitting it with everything. I think actually it's... Can you see we've got that really big flower? We'll make a nice Easter background, those colours, won't it? I'm going to put it this end. Like that. Right. Anyway, wherever I'm going to pop it, I'm going to grab some of my colours first. I'm going to start off with my yellow. It's going to bug me. It's really weird. I hate having my stamps right in the middle of my stamp block. And I know that sounds daft. But when it's stamps like this, I like it on the edge. Oops, I've got something across my stamp. I didn't do very good at picking that off, did I? There we go. I missed one. There we go. That's better. And we're just going to splat this randomly. She drops it. There we go, and we might do, I'm thinking a little bit of that pink, because by the time we popped it on top of our, yeah, so it's coming on top of there, I think we just want a little bit of that pink. Nope. Putting the wrong bit down. Should really wash my stamp off properly. There we go. If I contaminate my inks now, I've only got myself to blame, haven't I? Ooh, that's very dark. I didn't think worn lipstick could go that dark, but it looks cool. Close. There we go. Right, I'm going to stop. One, because I dropped my stamp. Eek. But two, I think it looks quite cool. Yeah. So now, I am actually going to trim this down. So what was it? No, it was 1 3/4, wasn't it? But that's going to make it really hard to stamp. Oh, decisions. I'm going to stamp my possible first. Then I'll stamp my... If I was on a stamping platform or something where I could secure my piece of paper down, I would probably have cut it first. Because I'm working on it like this, think it through before you do it, girl. So it's going to be like that. Is it going to be quiet? Come on. Yes, it's this side I want it. Right. I'll stop faffing and I'll just stamp. I'm overthinking, you can tell. I always get like this when I overthink. I'm going to do this quite close to the edge and splat. There we go. And now we have to make the decision. Are we just stamping our flowers, or are we going to have our other saying at the top? And I think I want our other saying at the top as well, because he's about the same size. It is. Cool. So we know the length's alright, it's the width. Yeah. That isn't right at the moment. So this was your other saying that you got in with your monthly make. And I never help myself really, do I? Because I never ever put my stamps on my block. Very level, which doesn't help the situation. There we go. And then I never put my stamps on my block level, and then I never really have my paper cut straight, and then I wonder why nothing lines up. Yeah, it is a wonder, isn't it? Right, pop you back over there, and then let's see if I'm going to need. No, I should just be able to get away with it, shouldn't I, on that block? Though my poly mount is right next to me, I'm just being lazy. It's got the other two stamps on it. So bear with while I just take them off. There we go. Let's come back on here. There we go. So, let's pop you down on there. But before we do that, we just need to get some masks. And I don't think I have got any post-it notes in here. In fact, I know I haven't got any post-it notes in here. So all I'm going to do is set myself up. I'm going to reuse some of my tape because I haven't got a clue where my washi tape is. I'm just going to attach this to my desk on the bit that I know I'm not going to use, using some of my less sticky. Pop that bit there, and then I'm just going to pop another bit just there, and then where's my mask gone? There it is. I'm going to put that over my possible, just like so. Oh yeah, that way a little bit, I think. There we go. And I got myself in a tiz because I can't grab my wannabe washi tape. There we go. And then this one as well. There we go. Again, where if I put my wannabe washi tape there. That would have been so much easier if I'd have had my whatchamacallits, post-it notes. But you know me. I don't like to make things too easy. Make sure I ink this up. I'm not sure why I needed that side, but I'll link up the whole thing in case I've missed anything. Again, I've put it on wonky, and then now it's sticking in my belly. I'm just going to do it falling off the edge as well, so I'm going to pop it about there and hope not too far out. There we go. Again, I was pressing quite hard around where I've got those masks going at the moment. So take these off. It's got our gorgeous little possible. And then we've got our dare. Oh, look at that, it worked. I know, I shouldn't sound so surprised, should I? Of course it was going to work. I had all faith in it was going to work. It didn't. There you go. I'm not going to get that bit off there. I'm going to get you off there. Thank you. Right, so let's get that dry. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Oh, I was going to use my solid stamps, but I'm not now because I've taken my doodad off. If you wanted to use your solid stamps, you should have left your mask on. I mean, I've heated them up, they're not coming off at all, those bits. Yeah. And so, because I'm not going to use my solid stamps, because I was very eager to take my masks off, I'm going to use my pens instead, I think, because I want it to really pop. I want the turquoise. Turquoise, the green, and... well, we'll do these two first, and then we'll decide what we want to do for our possible and our got my lovely green at the moment. I'm just going to colour in one of my leaves. There we go. I'm not doing any shading or anything on this one. I just want these colours to speak for themselves. There we go. Keeps moving on me. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of a border between where I'm going to colour and my letters. You can always tell when I'm colouring, can't you? Because I get quiet. There we go. And how cool does that look? Like that. And obviously I am doing this at 100 miles an hour. You would be taking your time. There we go. And I have decided now what I want to do. I want to do pink. as possible. I always do pink or blue or red, don't I? There we go. Always feels like you're colouring for forever. Oops. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to do my dare as well. There we go. Right, a little bit of doogling. Oops, thank you, Mr. White Pen. I nearly threw it across the room. So I'll start with the flowers. Concentrate on one thing at once because it makes things easier, doesn't it? Okay, and then I'm just going to add a little bit into my possible. Because remember, normally I'd be popping a bit of glossy accents on this, but if I'm going to put my sticky back plastic over the top of it. My words are not coming today, are they? Then it's going to make it shiny anyway, so I don't need lots and lots of things on top of it. So just a little bit of white pen, which is fighting a little bit with my marker pens. Oh, it's cold, isn't it? Have a good evening, Maxine. Didn't realise it had got that late. Now, Bear did promise me he was going to be reading his reading book with his dad. So, I'm just going to cut this down again like we did before. That was 1 3/4. It was 1 3/4, wasn't it? 1 3/4. It was. Ooh, don't like that side. It's got a dinkle in it. Ooh, not very straight then. Oh, there we go, that's better. Turn it round. There we go. Get rid of you two. So you're going to go on there, like so. And then, where's my black gone? There it is. This one will be 2 1/4, won't it? Yeah. Yeah, I do remember sometimes. Only sometimes, I know. But I do sometimes remember. So I'm going to do exactly the same as what we did before. I don't think my little bit of sticky back plastic, no, that's not going to fit, is it? So I'm just going to do exactly what we did before. I'm going to cut myself another little bit. Oh, it's going to do it again on me, isn't it? Rude. Okay, I'm going to have to grow. I will. so much easier with big scissors. I know I said that before, but it really, really is. You've got some lovely big scissors. It's so much easier. There we go. I was brave that time when I cut it. See the state of my fingers are bright yellow. So I'll cut one, and then I'll cut my other. There we go. And do it with another little piece. Oops, I've not stuck it together yet. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? So again, I'm just going to stick this down, and then we will pop some ribbon on it. So I'll be as quick as I can this time. Oh, I can't put ribbon on this one. Well, I can. Because if I put my ribbon at the top, I'm going to go through my words, aren't I? So this one's going to have a different type of ribbon on it. Could add it like elastic as well on it, couldn't you? So put 2 holes in it and put your elastic round. But then you need to know what size book they've got. Thank you. Let's start with this one. Now, let's hope these guys behave as well as the first ones did. So the first ones were very well behaved. Stay. Maybe not. There we go. Give it a once over, check it's alright. Looks it. And again, I'm just going to take little notches out the edges. I definitely didn't line that up very well, did I? Oops. There we go. And now this is paper, so I need to be a little bit careful that when I fold it back like I'm doing now, I don't roll my paper at the same time. Okay. I'm just going to give it a quick press like we did before. How pretty does that look? Well, not as pretty as the first one, obviously, because that was really pretty, but this one's more, I did say grungy. Right, let's just get this one done. So again, if you wanted to add your sentiment, you would do before you sticky back your back. And again, I'm just going to pop it on. This one I only want to take little snips off the edges. You do see a bit more of this one on the front. There we go. And again, I'm doing this really quick, so I should have really washed my hands before I did it. I made sure there was nothing on my desk. Right, And then that is going to go on there. But, oh no! I cut it the wrong size. Dun dun dun. What a silly Billy. And I can hear you all laughing. I can. Can't believe I did that. I told you I'm no good with measuring things. I just do it by eye most of the time. Anyway, so you get the idea. I'm going to do that, and right, I'm going to pop that there. Bear with 2 seconds while I just get my hole punched to do my ribbon. Oh well. Alice, she does that all the time. You won't be surprised to hear that I do it all the time too. Now, I should be measuring this neat and tidy to put my hole in. However, as I've just shown you, I cannot for toffee line up. Does that look about right now? There. That'll look better, doesn't it? Right. I'm going to put a hole in that one there. Not too bad, actually. I'm quite impressed with that. And then this one. This one. I'm determined I'm going to use it. Haha. You know what? It's actually worked in my favour. Well, it hasn't, but you know. It would have looked nicer with a nice black border around the edge, wouldn't it? And if I'd have measured it right, it would have had a nice black border around the edge. However, because I can't measure, and you already listened to me waffle for far too long tonight, I was just wondering if I had enough of the black left, but I can't even see where I've put the black. Not got a clue where I put it. So we're just going to pop it on here. And we're going to pretend all along it's what I meant to happen. Because now we can put ribbon on the top of this one dead easy. Whereas I was going to put a hole in this. And then, so if I had cut this the right size, I'd have put my hole in this now, put my ribbon through it, and then stuck it together. So my ribbon pops out of the top here. But because I didn't measure very well, it's now far enough down that I can hold it there, and it'll be fine. So it was kind of a happy accident, in a kind of way. I don't see how hard it is just to add an extra 1/4 of an inch onto something, but it is, it's really tricky. Come on. Thank you. And that's why I didn't... Oh, right, I'm giving up now. It feels like a very long Monday today, you know. I started to do a 2-minute job this morning. It took forever to do. There we go. Don't say a word about how badly that was measured, but it was. So let's put a hole in it, and then see, perfect now. There we go. Right, let's get you off my desk and let's have a rummage in our ribbons. Ooh, that was alliteration, wasn't it? A rummage in our ribbons. And I can already see that that one will look quite cool with that. So I have a bit of that one. Ah, that was a staple. this is a bit of a boring bag. Got some black in it though, so we'll use a bit of the black. I should have picked up my other bag that was right behind it. It's all greens. Where's my blue bag gone? And my pink bag? Interesting. Well, we'll use some white instead then. Ooh, some dainty. Ooh. No, don't really like that. I've got some cream, that'll do. I'll have a little bit of cream. I would have liked a bit of pink. But I haven't got a clue where my pink bag's gone. And you're going, I'm not surprised. You never know where stuff is. I don't actually. I'm sure it gets legs in here. And I can't even blame the kids or Mr. Roo because neither of them have really been in here this week. Mr. Roo sometimes comes to work in here if he needs quiet and the kids are around. Got a bit of lace as well for that one. Would look really nice with a little bit of pink, but we're working with what we've got. So we're going to go with a bit of a green and a bit of that one. And might do a bit of the cream on that one as well, to be honest. But you can get really fancy little tassels and stuff off Tinterwebs. I want a little bit of pink ribbon and I can't see anywhere. Naughty. Anyway, I've already been waffling on for far too long for you guys tonight. You'll be very bored of me by now. See if I can get this through the hole. Go on. You know you want to. Go on. Go on, go on. Go on. Thank you. It's only me that can make ribbon. Putting ribbon through looks so hard and difficult. Yeah, honestly, I've got a big bag of pink ribbon somewhere. You know, I'll turn around in about 2 minutes when I go to leave, and it'll be like looking at me laughing. It likes to do that to me. My white one, my green one, is under my desk. So I'm missing my pink bag and my blue bag, which would have been perfect for this one, wouldn't it? Pink or blue. And then I'm just going to take this one and just tie it around the top. I could have colour matched some as well, but with it going inside a book, the reason I'm not colour matching is because I do not want any of the inks to run onto a book. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. So we have got a very, very pretty one that I, you know, see, I can measure when I want. And then we have got a rather grungy one that I didn't measure very well. I know. Rubbish. Must try harder. I get a fifth of measurement tonight. But they do look pretty, don't they? I really like this one. But I like that one too. Very pretty. Very grungy. Anyway. It's giving you some ideas, hasn't it? I'm trying to move all the bits of paper off my desk so I can get back to my mouse. So there you go. When are we back? We will be back on Saturday with our Crafty Roo along. So there's no session, no live. That's what I was looking for. Tell you, my words are getting worse, aren't they? I keep forgetting them. So we're not here on Wednesday. We are back Saturday morning at 10:30 for our Crafty Roo along. I will, and I know I've been saying this for the past week, but it's been hectic around here. I will be sending out details for the Crafty Roo along. Basically, you're going to want some clear embossing powder, some clear ink for your embossing, any stamp you want, or backing papers, and any other embossing powders you've got, because we'll do some mixing as well with those. So we're looking at triple embossing, stamping into embossing, and then mixing and matching. And if you've got any mica powder as well, we will be using a little bit of mica. So I will send out instructions for it, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. But that's the details for Saturday 10:30 for our next Crafty Roo along, using embossing powders in all different shapes, in all different ways. Yeah, it'll be fun. What was it? And it'll be messy because it's me and embossing powder. So yeah, that will be interesting. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I don't know what's just happened to Facebook, but I've just got booted out. It's probably telling me it's time to go. So thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for bearing with, and sorry I didn't measure that last one right. Whoops. But we'll be back Saturday 10:30, and I do hope you can join me then. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.